The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 26 of the Daily Mother Swole. We are here. It is 12 noon Eastern Time, as always. There's a couple talking points I want to really hit today, and the main one, I'm gonna do a little Q&A. I've gotten a lot of questions recently, so I picked a couple good ones, and I'm gonna answer them, and then we'll go freestyle a little bit anyway at the end for those of you that are watching me live on Busker and also live on Periscope. And those of you that are on YouTube, you can comment below, and we can keep the discussion going if you are interested. Now, I've had a lot of people asking me or giving me commentary based on certain content that I'm doing and volume and stuff. Also in the gym, because I said I was working out twice a day. Isn't that too much? This, that, and the other. Now, there's applications for everything. There's applications for everything. There's applications for working out twice a day. I'm not doing it every day. I'm not doing that today. I did it yesterday, but shorter. So there's different programming. There's different programs, different designs, and that's gonna tie into some of the Q&A that I'm gonna do towards the end. That Q&A is going to relate directly to this talking point. And the main talking point for today's Daily Swole is doing what others won't. Doing what others won't, doing what other people are not willing to do. Now, you've heard this, you've heard people talk about dedication, you've heard people talk about, motivation, inspiration, blah, 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 and going the extra mile, giving it 110%, all those stupid bullshit cliches that just rattle around your fucking head. And then eventually, what happens with these motivational comments, these motivational, mantras is that they don't mean anything anymore. It's like when you walk around, it's like if you go up to every single person you date, you're like, I love you so much, and you just love everyone. That's fine. You're a nice person. But then eventually the meaning of the word love or what people intended, that's why there's issues in relationships, because people think everyone has their own idea of love. It's very subjective what love is. For me, love is, like 2 packs of bacon. That's love. That's love. You want to buy me flowers? Bring me bacon. Make me bacon. That's love for me. Some people want flowers, some people want bacon. I don't need this to be a forever thing. I don't need a BFF. I don't need a GFF. I don't need a girlfriend. I don't need a wife. I don't need a woman. I just want some bacon. Just cook me some bacon. Let's live in the now. Live in the present. What gets more present than bacon? But here's the thing. No matter what you do, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, you have to be willing to do what others won't. And there's a very simple, common, you might not have heard it, but to get something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done. You have to change your actions. You have to change what you're doing to affect a different result. If you do the same thing all the time and just kind of, you think, you hope, that's where you get people that hope, you get people that dream, you get people that want. But what about the people that do? And some of you out there are doing. I'm doing, and I'm not saying that, this is, I'm super, super, super successful and I've been doing this my whole life. No, I haven't, but I'm realizing the payoff of doing it, the happiness, the self-satisfaction. I'm happy with having little. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with myself. I'm proud of myself for the first time in my life. Like I feel I'm very in tune with myself internally. I'm very in tune with myself as a person, as a human being. And that's very important. You have to find that for yourself, but putting 100% effort, living your life, whether it's sitting or standing at my computer for 17 hours straight, getting 2 hours of sleep, working out twice the next day, and being up till 5 o'clock the next morning again, and then being up at 8 o'clock. I'm not saying not sleeping is a good thing. It's not a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But I'm so amped and I'm so motivated, I'm so driven right now that it's okay. I mean, I'll crash and I'll sleep, but I'm getting stuff done. I'm posting multiple videos every day because people aren't willing to do that. People don't have the time. People don't have the motivation. People don't have the desire. People don't think it's necessary. It's not necessary if you don't want it. if you don't want it. I like raw content. I like delivering the way it's supposed to be. You edit things too much if it's not an intro and outro. You edit too much of the meat, and it's staged. It's fake. It's perfected. That's why Snapchat's so popular, because it's raw, because someone's holding it, and you can pretty much, you're looking at like the underside of their nutsack when they give you a snap. They're holding the phone, unless someone else can snap you. But they're holding the phone. They're not editing. You can't you could change the filter, but everyone can do that. But Instagram, you can go on Photoshop, you can tweak things, you can make it nice, you can take a high def picture, all these modeling pictures. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. That's the whole thing with we talked about the Adobe gains, a bunch of episodes ago. The Adobe gains, the fake natties, people that are faking stuff, people that aren't real, people that are pretending, taking pictures of their wrist with a watch, on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And it's a fucking rental. Or they're sitting in it because they felt like going to the Lamborghini dealership today. Millionaire lifestyle, all this, shit. That's fine. You can like those things. They're nice cars. I really don't have any desire for those things. But some people do, and that's fine. That's your life. But your actions have to reflect, your results are going to reflect your actions. And to get in shape, to bring this back to fitness, to bring this back to health, yeah, you're going to have to eat food that other people be like, ew, that's gross. Oh my God, you brought your food? Oh, you brought your food? Oh my God, you got all your meals packed? Oh man, you eat that every day? Wow, you blend kale? Oh, you eat sardines? Oh, those are gross. Yeah, you're going to have to do shit that doesn't appeal to a lot of people. And a lot of them, they're just, self-loathing because they don't have the drive, they don't have the dedication, they don't have the motivation to do it. And they deep down, they know that works. I'm not willing to do it. So they pick on you. It's like a reflection. They're projecting their own insecurities and their own lack of desire, their own lack of action towards that goal. I think everyone here can say they want, what everyone's idea of a dream body is different, but everyone can say that they want abs, they want muscle. Everyone can say they want what they want. Whatever it is, that's subjective, but they want a certain body. They want, a certain muscle tone. They want certain shape. They want certain strength. Okay, they could want it all they want. But are they willing to do what it takes? Are they willing to go to the gym every day? Are they willing to eat shit that doesn't taste good every day? That's why a lot of these things don't work, because they make it foofy and make it taste good. And you're going to put like walnuts and you're going to drizzle some raspberry vinaigrette on it. And then you're going to put a little sprinkle of flax seeds and all this fucking shit that just sells more stuff, takes more time to prepare in a lot of ways, and becomes overwhelming for people, and they stop. Keep it simple. The KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. If you want it, then do it. If you don't do it, then you don't want it. It's so simple. It's so simple. And when you want to get in shape, you're going to have to be that person that's at the gym on Friday night, that's at the gym on Saturday night. You're going to go out drinking, go out partying, go out hanging out. Geez, I've been turning down parties. Hey, you want to go out here? I mean, I just don't. I remember, it's like a different person. Like, oh yeah, I remember when we went, out to this place. Or I remember, oh, you want to go to a barbecue. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's not me anymore. That's like a different person. I remember, I kind of think about like, wow, I really have no desire. I remember used to being like, oh, sure, I'll go. Or, oh, let's go dance. I would do this. And I would be motivated. I'd be like, oh, that's great. I couldn't wait. And that was like my focus, because I didn't have what I have now. I didn't have this mindset. I didn't have this realization. I didn't have this drive and this whole, lifestyle brand. I didn't have Swolenormous. I didn't create that yet. So you have to formulate what you want, and do you really want it? If you really want it, you'll do it, and you'll figure out a way. You'll figure out a way whether you sleep or not to work out. You'll figure out a way to hit the gym once or twice a day. You'll find a way to get to the gym whether you have a busy schedule or not, whether you have sleep or not, whether you ate properly today or not, whether you're tired or not, whether you're motivated or not. And there's other factors. Yeah, if you're really exhausted and you're drained in this, you can take a rest day. I get it. But, there's a lot of things that people use as excuses. I don't care what they are. They're still excuses. There's still time. No one told me I had to stay home on Memorial Day. It's not a holiday. This is, we kind of had some fun on Memorial Day and stuff like that. But that was to represent. That was to memorialize those that have sacrificed their lives, people that have died. It's not like, hey, we have an off day, let's go booze and drink and barbecue. So, I had some fun. Eli showed up and all that stuff, but the real meaning of Memorial Day is to respect the people that have sacrificed everything for this country. I stood, I can't say sit because I'm standing at the desk, but I stood at the computer for 17 hours. I walked around a little bit. I didn't eat till like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9. Some of you were on Periscope. You saw me eating like, wow, that's really late. I'm like, yeah, well, I got to get some calories in because I'm starving. 17 hours, got 2 hours of sleep, woke up, worked out, taught a client, went back to the computer all day, taught a client in the evening, worked out again for like half an hour, and then I was up till 4 a.m. But I don't care. I love it, and I would do it again. There's not enough hours in the day. I'll sleep when I'm really tired enough to sleep. If I can stay awake and I'm working and I'm rolling, then I'll stay awake. It's adrenaline. That's fine. My body will tell me when I need to sleep. It's like, that's enough. You need to sleep. Okay, lie down, go to sleep. Guess what? That's what happens. When you're tired, you sleep. When you're awake, you work. Everyone needs different amounts of sleep. I'm not saying it's the ideal health situation, but fuck it. It's like, what am I going to do? Just sit around like in a little, like, empty little bubble, like the fucking bubble boy, and just sit there and work out and be like, hey, I'm in shape, and I'm training clients, and yeah, I have a client list, and I'm going to the gym, I'm going to my work like a good boy, I'm coming home, and I'm just floating. I don't want to float anymore. I have things I want to say, I have knowledge, I have information, and I want to help people, and I want to get it out there, and this is what it takes. So you have to do what others aren't willing to do. And you're going to get a lot of flack. You're going to get a lot of shit for eating and bringing your Tupperwares and bringing your bag and sacrificing time to go to the gym. And, I can't do that. I have to work out. Oh, my God, can't you just work out tomorrow? Just take a day off. Just because they're lazy, fat, and they're sluggish and they don't want to do it doesn't mean that that's you. People that won't do things themselves are going to give you criticisms. It might not be negative. Now, it might not be really hating on you, but they're going to give you pushback. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get different feedback from people that aren't willing to put the effort in. If I'm telling you to take a rest day and you're like, wow, this guy's bigger, more ripped than me, he knows a lot more than me, maybe it's a good idea. Be careful who you take advice from. Don't take business advice from someone who's never owned a business. Don't take fitness advice from someone who doesn't work out. Give me a fucking break. What perspective do you have? You can encourage me. If you've never owned a business, you can encourage me. Yeah, keep going. You can do it. Yeah, follow your dream. Follow your dreams, or work hard and put the effort in. Oh yeah, go to the gym, man. You're looking great. Yeah, keep it up. You're awesome. That blah blah blah. But don't tell me to take a fucking rest day when all you do is rest. Don't tell me to sleep when all you do is sleep and you don't have any of the ideas and the vision that I have. So that's what I have to say about that. Do what others won't. And you're going to have to. You're going to have to do what others won't, and you're going to have to do what others won't like. But guess what? You ain't others. You're you. So fuck them. Now, let me do a couple questions I've had, and then I'll open it up. That's a great one. Rest day, what muscle is that? And what's the rest muscle, and how do I train it? That's a great meme online, too. Rest day, there's a famous meme with Arnold, and he goes, rest day? He goes, where's this rest muscle, and how can I train it? I love it. That's awesome. Good input. All right, so here's a good question. Here's a good question from Steven. This is a great supporter of mine, and we're having this conversation on Snapchat, and he messaged me. He was saying he hurt his arm mountain biking. He does a lot of mountain biking. He's very active, doing like 20 miles a day. Guy's a beast. And he hurt his arm, broke his arm, and he was like, what can I do in the meantime? Without being an actual medical professional, I got to be careful with what I say about that. Obviously, you should rest it. That takes priority. First off, the broken arm takes priority. You could do things like lower body, lunges, walking. But here's the thing. If you go running, let's say you broke your arm, you go running, there's impact. You're using muscles. You're using things that, impact. There's like shaking around with the joints. You're risking. You could trip and fall. You can, you're also sacrificing nutrients and recovery, like repair capabilities from your body by working the lower body or by working other things. So you can do exercise, but I would keep it very light, keep it active, focus more on diet. It's very hard mentally when you're so active to not do anything, but so long as it's not risking further injury or a relapse, you can do it. So like, let's say you hurt your shoulder, you might be able to do legs, but I wouldn't necessarily load back squats or front squats or doing a machine that puts pressure on the shoulders because your shoulder is injured. You might want to do something like a leg extension machine or something that, might not be the best thing for legs or the best thing in the world, but it's something that you can do that doesn't put pressure on that area that's injured. All right. So that's where things like machines can come in handy because they can be safer. They can be more strict. They can be more regulated, even though, using machines all the time could be detrimental. And you can make an argument for never using machines ever and blah, blah, blah. But as long as you are taking pressure off your arm, being careful with it. Like if you do endurance, you could do wall sits, you could do isolated squats, you could do lunge pulses, but just be careful with resistance, be careful with the risk so you don't re-injure yourself. So good question. And another one, and this kind of goes back to the talking point, and then I'll open up open forum on Periscope and Busker. Eric asked me, training hard. Yeah, training hard with working overtime shifts, with having a family, household responsibilities, and pretty much zero time. Here's where it comes down to that. I understand if you have responsibilities or some things like driving your son to football practice or sports. And there's certain activities or certain responsibilities or scheduling that you're going to have to do no matter what, that you can't reschedule, you have to do because that's your life and that's what you chose. So no time, there's always time. I'm not trying to encourage people to not sleep, but there's a couple things in life that are free. Okay? Your time is free. Your effort is free. So hard work and time are free. If you have 8 hours to sleep, then sleep 7 and work out for 1. If you have 7 hours to sleep, then sleep 6 and work out for 1. There's time. There's time. I guarantee you're not up all night every night. I guarantee you're not probably getting 4 hours of sleep or 3 hours of sleep every night. You can do a half-hour workout. You can do a 20-minute workout. If you have to be at home or if you have access to a 24-hour gym, if you can work out at home, then get some equipment. You don't have any equipment? Well, you can buy jugs of water, right? Those are 8 pounds. A gallon is about 8 pounds and change. You can tie a couple gallon jugs, fill them with sand, and tie them to a stick or just lift them up and down. You can create some weights. You can create a pull-up bar. You can create a little home gym. You can get one of those home workout programs like P90X and do something like that at home. Okay, these are... Yeah, exactly. And on Periscope, we're talking, people are saying you have to make time. Tommy just said, you have to make time. You make the time. If you don't have the time, you make the time. Yeah, deadlifts are easy. You can just pick something up off the ground. Doesn't have to be, I'm not saying because you have to work out at home, then you have to be like, oh man, I got to get 315 pounds and I got to get plates. You don't have to lift a barbell that's balanced perfectly on both sides. You could lift other things. It'd be more functional. It'd be more realistic. You have a chair in your living room. You could deadlift your chair. Just kind of squat down, pick it up. You create something. You have kids, then deadlift your kids. If you have a boy or a girl and they're young, they'd love that. Get a strong wooden dowel or a PVC pipe, have them hold on to it. Let's say in the jungle when they capture an animal and the animals are all tied up and hanging there, have them hold on and be like, oh, and curl, and they'll be like, and you put pillows under them and they'll be giggling and you're curling them and you're having fun. You're having interactive time. They're learning that they should be in shape. They're learning how to work out. They're learning by example, being healthy. They're having fun. You're interacting with your family. Boom. You're not losing family time. You're encouraging a healthy, fit environment. And, there you go. You have to learn how to monopolize your time, what you do have. That is a free resource, and it's important that you maximize it. There are ways to do it. You can do push-ups and have your child sit on your back. They climb all over you anyway. Put them on your shoulders and do squats. Throw them up and down. That's a wall ball. Don't throw them against the wall, but hey, CrossFit kids, right? Throw them up against the wall ball. Wall kids. All right? So you have options. You can combine playtime. You take them to the park, work out with them. Why do you have to sit there on a bench and, oh yeah, so I talked to Susie and Susie was saying, oh my God, she's such a drag. Tommy came over again and then Tommy said, why are you gossiping on the bench? Get your fucking yoga pants. You're already wearing yoga pants anyway. But you have your sneakers on. Just go play with your kids. Go climb with them. Go run through the field with them. There's your workout. Do sprints. Have them chase you. Sprints. Muscle development, legs, burning fat. Sprints are great. Do interval sprints with your kid. I'll race you, okay? If you could beat me, I'll get you ice cream after. And then you race them. And then you win and you don't get them ice cream. And they cry. And you say, well, shut up and deal with it. No, I don't have kids, apparently. But you get my point. There's creative ways where you can involve your family and you can make time. So if you are formulating this, you're saying, oh, I don't have time, I'm busy. You're just making excuses. They're excuses. I'm not saying they're not valid. That's the difference. I'm not invalidating your excuse. I'm not saying you're not busy. I'm not saying you don't have responsibilities. I'm just saying you don't want it enough. Because if you did, you wouldn't be asking me. You would be figuring out a way to do it. You'd be saying, I want to work out what are some great examples? Oh, I never thought of that. Thanks. You wouldn't say, well, what about, training when I have, when I'm busy? And what do you mean? You do it. I mean, that's not even an option. You want to train hard, then train hard. You want results, then you do. You do what you have to do. That's it. That's it. All right. That is it. Do what others won't do. And most of you just have to do what you won't even do. Rewire your brain. Rewire your brain. Think about what your brain process is. I'm still working on that. Initial reactions of like, ooh, I don't want to do that. Or, oh man, I'm not comfortable with doing X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? That's exactly what you need to do for personal growth. Every time I feel a little bit like a knot in my stomach, like, oh my God, I have to do this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Or I do this. That's exactly what you have to do. The poses and the positions that are the hardest, the most challenging that you don't like in yoga, those are the ones your body needs the most. Because you chronically avoid them. That's why they're uncomfortable, because your body hasn't adapted and hasn't remapped itself to make that a norm, to make that a homeostatic activity. Do what others won't. If you want it, do it. Thank you so much for joining me today on episode 26 of The Daily Mother Swole. I will stay for a few minutes after on Periscope and Busker. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see everyone tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time on The Daily Swole. Peace out. Have a great day.